We're almost officially 1 month out from Stranger Things Season 5 premiering on Netflix. Just let that sink in. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and welcome back to another Stranger Things video. So today I'm talking about multiple new looks or images that we have from the final season of Stranger Things, as the full Empire magazine with Stranger Things on the cover has dropped, and we got some new interesting looks that I'm going to dive into as always. But before I get into this, hit that like button, comment down below what you make of all these new photos from Stranger Things Season 5, and of course, subscribe and hit that notification bell to help reach my goal of 150,000 subscribers here on the channel. It means quite a bit. If you want extra content from the world of Stranger Things and beyond, Patreon is the place to be. I got some exclusive live streams over there, as well as a deep dive into every episode of Stranger Things. So it's Thursday, October 23rd, and we got some new Stranger Things Season 5 images thanks to an Empire magazine that dropped. Now, all last week, we are getting little tidbits from this news article, including lots of new images, but we actually have 5 brand new images right now that I'm going to go through. The first image is of Lucas yet again in those tunnels, and you can see it's a behind-the-scenes shot as the camera's in frame. But what's worth noting here is that we've seen other shots from this same exact moment where there's a Demogorgon standing over Lucas, and Lucas is also looking up with blood on his shirt trying to defend himself. Now, we don't know the context of the scene, and who knows what episode this will actually end up being in, but we can sort of piece together that the Demogorgon is after him and likely after other character groupings as well. In fact, if you take a look behind the Demogorgon in this one shot from the Empire exclusive, it looks like he just busted through a gate, and you can kind of see in this behind the scenes shot, it looks like there's a light that's a stand-in for the VFX work that will be done to the entrance to that gate in post. And then if you also factor in this image of the Demogorgon breaking through a gate in the One Last Adventure video that dropped a while back, it all looks like it's from the same location here in the tunnels. Of course, we have the knowledge, thanks to a quote from last week, that we're gonna get Demogorgon POVs this season. So a Demogorgon chasing after Lucas and whatever other characters he's with in the tunnels seems like it makes a lot of sense here, and we'll get to see some really unique shots for the world of Stranger Things of a Demogorgon chasing after everybody. And we're not moving on from Demogorgons just yet, because this next image shows a Demogorgon at the military lab / base, and it looks like it's about to do some serious damage. If you'll remember back to the To Doom date announcement, they were teasing something busting through the floor panels at this military base. Then in the official teaser trailer that dropped in July, we saw a Demogorgon leaping out of the ground, and now here in this image, we can see a Demogorgon facing off against a soldier who's firing rounds from his gun at this Demogorgon, but let me tell you, that's not gonna do a damn thing. It looks like the Demogorgon's already claimed its first victim on the ground. I can't make it out clearly, but it definitely seems like this moment will lend itself to the TVMA rating that Season 5 received, specifically with respect to the blood and gore that's going to be on display. My goodness, this thing's about to terrorize these soldiers. And I believe in one of the articles last week, there was even a quote from the Duffers saying there could be a potential one-take style showdown in this moment where the Demogorgon wipes out all these soldiers in one go. We also don't know if this is going to be the only physical threat here to these soldiers. Are there multiple Demogorgons? Is Vecna also going to show up on the scene? We don't know the ins and outs of that just yet, but we know for sure there's at least one Demogorgon who's going to inflict absolute carnage. The next image fascinates me. We got more of Hopper and Eleven, but what are they up to? You can see this behind the scenes shot of the two of them. There's a camera in frame. They're both wearing the outfits that we've seen them wear when they're in that military lab / base multiple times, but they're approaching a new character who, if you zoom in, is tied up to the wall right here. This is actually the character played by actor Alex Bro, who we've seen shots of in the teaser and the behind the scenes teaser from last summer. Here he's playing Lieutenant Akers, who is seemingly going to be alongside Dr. K, the new character played by Linda Hamilton. And anytime we've seen them, those red flashing lights have been going off, which makes me think it's in the military base, because of course we've seen Hopper and Elle here in the same setting. Now, what is he doing chained up? I'm not sure if this is Eleven and Hopper's doing, or if this is them two arriving on the aftermath of some scene and he's tied up. Really don't know the ins and outs of it, but it seems like they have him tied up and they're interrogating him. I can imagine Hopper doing that. I mean, think about how he was with Mayor Larry Klein in Season 3. Hopper doesn't mess around when he needs answers. Above his head, though, it does look like there are some vines or tendrils from the upside down. So I wonder if these are remnants from when the rifts broke open at the end of Season 4. We know that Hawkins was forever changed, and there are going to be vines that seem to be dormant throughout all of Hawkins when the season begins. So I imagine that's what this is, especially because the military base is going to be in downtown Hawkins at the library, right near where the 4 rifts met up. I'm just curious to see how they explain all that and the geography of this military base, how it all plays into the final season. But Hopper and Elle seem to be on a mission because remember, we got this picture last week of the two of them behind a scientist, so they're headed to the military lab / base on a mission. I don't know exactly why. It seems like, again, they're after 11. The government and the scientists, they want 11. So are these two trying to sneak around? That's kind of what it seems like. They're maybe trying to get past the military and get down to business because we know there's a gate there. Another really intriguing image we got from this magazine is of a red lightning strike hitting a building, and if you look in the bottom left corner, you can see 11 there with her bandana over her face and red shorts on. That's her iconic outfit from season 5 that we've seen in all the marketing. It's her Funko Pop outfit. But where exactly is she is the question I ask. Well, we can tell she's in the Upside Down based on the red lightning strike in the sky. But where in the Upside Down is she? There's a very good chance that she's right where the military base is, and she just went through one of those gates that we've already seen on the side of the library. You can see some trees around, so it's really hard to pinpoint exactly where she is. She could be somewhere near the WSUK radio station. She could be near Hawkins High School. She could be at that barn setting that we know they filmed at, or she could be in an entirely new location. I really couldn't figure out where she is. If you guys think you know, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to discuss. But it'll be cool to see Elle and Hopper going on this mission in the Upside Down. We've seen them together at the military base. We've seen them looking up at that massive wall in the Upside Down. Having them as a duo again just feels right. It's very end of season 2, and I'm here for that. I think especially of their dynamic when they're headed to Hawkins' lab to close the Mother Gate, that is the best they might be in the show. And so to have more of that, I say hell yeah. And the final new image we got is of a young Will Byers, and it looks just like he does at the end of season 1 when he's discovered by Hopper and Joyce in the Upside Down, in the library specifically. Now, we've known for a long while now that we're getting young Will in this final season. If you'll remember back to, I believe, March of last year on Will Byers' birthday, March 22nd, 2024, Ross Duffer made a photo dump, and one of those pictures showed Will Byers young next to Noah Schnapp. It looks like they're inside Castle Byers. This is, of course, when Will is in the Upside Down in season 1, and there's a young actor portraying Will who has dots on his face, which signifies they're going to be doing a bit of de-aging technology, much like they did with 11 in season 4 when we saw young flashbacks of her. So we're getting de-aged Will. Then you factor in that we're getting shots of him from the behind-the-scenes teaser where there's a young Will falling next to a tree. You pair that up with the shot from the official teaser of the same tree and Will running from a Demogorgon. Like, we're going all in on these young Will flashbacks, and this BTS image further clarifies that. It also makes me think we're gonna see Will's entire experience down there, because if you watch season 1, you don't get a lot of time with Will in the Upside Down. You know he's down there and he is talked about a lot, but he doesn't have a ton of screen time. So I'll be curious to see what retcons are inserted here in the final season with regard to Will's time down there. I do think we're certainly gonna see him come face to face with Vecna, and then for some reason, like I've been preaching, Will's memory is going to be locked away in a part of his brain that's inaccessible to him, and he's going to have this big revelation where he's like, oh my gosh, I have these powers, or I have this moment with Vecna. There's going to be some sort of like jaw-dropping, oh my gosh type moment, comparable to that of the massacre at Hawkins' lab, which really recontextualized the show as we know it with regard to Vecna and the Mind Flayer and their relationship and who's really been in control of everything the entire time. But those are the new images we got in the Empire magazine. I haven't possessed the physical copy yet. I would love to go pick that up in stores soon. But what do you guys make of these new looks? How do you feel about the Hopper and Elle duo and what they're up to this season? Do you think Lucas is in trouble in the tunnels? And how are you feeling about young Will flashbacks? I want to know all your thoughts and more in the comments down below. And of course, hit that like button, subscribe to that notification bell, and be on the lookout for more videos coming very soon. But I appreciate you guys for watching as always. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side of the Upside Down.